So I just want to get into it. How do you ladies feel about love?
Do you want to go first? Sure. I feel like love is when you care unconditionally about someone. Just you're pouring your heart, your soul, your everything into someone. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of experience with the love phase, but it's okay. I'm good with it. I'm good.
How many times have you been in love?
I don't know if I can say I've ever been in love. I mean, I think that's just a hard topic for me.
How many times have you been close to love?
Well, I was married. I guess that counts. I was
I
married.
would hope so. But I mean, I'm not gonna
But I
push. I'm
didn't
not
stay married.
pushing
I mean, I
right now.
really, I don't know. Maybe it's from trauma in my life, dealing with men. I've become so vacant in my space when it comes to my feelings. I
Well,
want to be in love, but it's
yeah,
just, at 54, it's just I'm not there yet.
love is always possible.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
we gonna get into Miss Spice business next. Go ahead.
Okay, so love. I'm a free lover. I feel like love has no boundaries. Love is like whatever it is, it's gonna be. So like for me, I feel like when you experience someone and you can have love for them, you might not be in love, but I love love, and I'm never gonna stop loving people and being a lover girl just because. No shy, because I've been through it. I did a 15-year bid. I'm still trying to get
Not a bit.
clink clink from under it. But like everything that I experienced with him, I'm grateful for it because I would never be the person that I am today. So like I think that every heartbreak and every good experience makes you who you are. And I love love.
I
So
love that. I'm a lover as well. No, I'm not done. So when it comes to you loving love, you say you're a free lover. Do you feel like you can have more than one lover at once?
yeah, I think a lot of people don't think that because I feel like, and I don't like to bring religion in it because when you're brought up, I was like, my dad was a pastor, my stepdad was a pastor,
This
so
is good.
like I understand that like in the Bible it says that like you find a man who finds their wife finds a good thing, and then that love is supposed to be for that person. But I don't believe that. I think that if God gives love freely and He died for us, then why can't I love who I want to love, how I want to love them, in what way I want to love them?
Do you think there might be levels to love?
Yeah, I do feel like there's levels to
Yeah.
love. Um, I can have love for her, but not be in love with her. Just like I can have love for him, but not want to be with him.
I guess I'm going back to when you said when you brought the Bible into it, and you were basically saying that like a man and a wife, you were comparing that to just having multiple love. I think that as a woman, I have to love many men, and when I mean men, I mean like I have to raise sons. Sometimes I might have a stepson. I have to raise daughters outside of me. I have to. There might be men that I don't have to physically be with, but I have to pour love onto them. Like I'm as a Christian, I'm always in service, basically, right? So that's the type of free love that I mean. But when I'm asking if you can have two lovers, I mean
No,
like
no, no.
physically, like
I'm
two
not talking. I'm
husbands.
talking about
You talking about
the
that?
free. I don't have a boundary. So like when I tell people that I don't have a type of person, it's like, oh, you don't have a standard. I do have a standard. It's the energy and the vibe and how you treat me. Because I tell people how you treat me is how I'm going to treat you, and how you love me is how I'm going to love you. So I can't love you in a way if you're not going to accept that love. I only can give you what you're able to accept. I don't. I don't have love for just a man or a woman. I have no. I'm a pansexual.
Okay.
So I don't.
Okay.
I don't have like. I just don't like men or women. I like the energy and the vibe and how you treat me as a person. Like it's deeper than that for me.
I'm gonna have to put like the description of pansexual down there, only because I've been ignorant to it. I at one point, y'all forgive me, I thought it had something to do with bestiality. I thought pansexual just meant like you're going past bisexual, like you're just into the things. I know. I said I was ignorant. I will admit that, but I'm just saying that's what. So I would definitely put that. If anybody's out there like me, I'm definitely gonna put that description down there. Interesting. I'm glad you went into that. That's what I was trying to bring out. Like, what do you mean? Because I like to separate it from Christianity, of course. What about you, Puff? Do you believe in love? Well, not do you believe in love? How do you feel about love? What is love?
I think love is simple. People make love and relationships so difficult. So basically, I think a lot of people they like the image of somebody, or they love the image of somebody, or what they think this person could be, or what they could possibly make this person, instead of getting to know this person and meeting them where they are, and then proceed from there. You can't build someone and expect, you can't expect you from other people straight off the top. You can't. Like, love is a process. I can meet you, get to know you, talk to you. I can love you as a person. But as far as falling in love with somebody, that takes time. Like, you have to really. You say what?
No, I was telling them, we'll cut that part out. I was telling them because they have the mic, they'll have to work with me. Y'all know I've been leading it, but they'll have to
Okay,
ask
have to ask.
I mean, y'all want to hear this? She's like, nah, just go ahead. Y'all doing good though. But go ahead.
No, so basically, and I feel that you can love multiple people, but you can only be 100% in love with one person.
What does the love to multiple people look like? Because me personally, I just feel like, going back to the Bible,
Yeah.
you can't worship two gods.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
you'll love one and hate the other in
Exactly.
time, right? So with that being said, like, when people are like, oh, you can love just the one multiple, I wonder what that looks like from the people who are getting less the love.
And that's one reason
Like,
why.
how do you distribute that?
That's
love?
one reason why I feel that you can't be in love with multiple people, because I can only give you what you give me. So if I'm loving you a certain way and you're reciprocating that love, then of course my love for you is going to be stronger than somebody else, because somebody else is not going to give you that same energy back. I don't feel.
I'm gonna debate just because I have to,
And
right?
that's fine.
Okay. With that being said, what about the people who have poured out all their love and have nothing in return? Simply giving somebody doesn't mean that you're gonna get it back.
Exactly right. So that's when you have to pump your brakes, regroup, and then you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to shop around.
Okay.
You have to shop around. That's just how I see it.
I'll take
You
that.
have to shop around.
All right. Well, this was cute, but I like to get spicy. So why don't we flip the coin and talk about toxic love? And I want to know specifically, have you been the toxic one?
Well, since I have the mic,
Yeah.
have I been the toxic one?
Have you ever been the toxic one, the pimp, the player? Have you reformed from that? Are you still in that?
I can't really say I have been the toxic one, because I'm the type, if I'm in a situation and it's not going to behoove me in the way that it's going to work for me, then I'm just going to exit stage left. Like, we can still be cool or whatever, but as far as the parameters of us being around each other and doing certain things, I'm just going to fall back. I'm going to let the chips fall as they may. I'm not going to insert myself into a situation to where the person I'm dealing with is going to screw up their life or whatever else it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what happens have you experienced any type of toxic love? What happens if your love is toxic and they coming into your life messing with yours? How do you handle that?
If my love is toxic?
Like, if you attract a toxic love.
But see, I'm the type of person, I'm going to let you know everything up front. I'm gonna lay down.
Some people still crazy, but they don't care nothing about that upfront shit.
You got to be careful. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them. Sometimes you got to.
Have you ever run into something crazy before?
Absolutely, I absolutely have. But at that point, I knew I had to exit stage left.
You did a good job too.
So yeah.
All right, we'll pass the mic. So, Miss Spice, have you ever been toxic before? And have you ever experienced something toxic? Give us both frames, please.
Okay, so I'm Capricorn. I'm gonna put that out there.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm obsessed with her look tonight. She got the gloves. She took them off though. Do you mind standing and give us a little twirl? She's also a stylist. Her and Puff just did a show recently. I also was in said show for my mother. Shouts out to Miss Lolita with Strut Walk. Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you.
I'll get a couture.
All right. Okay, Miss Capricorn, tell us.
So I'm a Capricorn. So at the end of the day is gonna end. And if you play with me, I'll be the last person you play with. So I say choose your. Because some people, I'm not here to teach nobody to listen, but I'm one of God's favorites. So you're not gonna play in my face and think that it's gonna be all good and dandy. Because I'm a Capricorn, so I say at the end of the day, the day's gonna end. And I feel like if you're doing something your authentic self, and if someone thinks that they can play with you, whatever you get from that situation is whatever you get. And being that God loves me, He play with me. So when I remove my access from you, if you feel like I'm being toxic, I want to told you. So if that's toxic, it's not good.
I do feel like Capricorn is toxic though. I do. She's like, oh, you know, I will say too. I only laugh like this because like my best friend is a Capricorn and the response was so hurt coding. I would like that. She will beat my ass if she see it. They beat you in private. But anyway, so I was gonna say. So let me just pause for a second. How many guys are doing? Alright, I definitely feel like, what did I say? The way you responded, I was like, oh, I think I'm toxic. Okay, I think they are deep lovers though. I really do think that, but it's just not about my story. But I do feel like if you force somebody, I feel like that's punishment, that's charming, and silence, that's stripped away. And shout out to my bestie, I just feel like that's the coldest shit I've ever seen. And I feel like she talks to that, when I cut away from energy, I do it, but I just, you know, if I really want to get into like, I like to argue, I like to debate, so I've learned from a Capricorn. You see that TikTok, it's like side faces, side. Okay, all right, so let's continue. Toxic trait.
Okay, so I am a Capricorn as well.
I'm sitting in this all this earth energy in here.
But I don't think I think I run into more toxic relationships than being toxic myself. Like I run into a lot of situations where men might like I have a problem with men wanting to be in my space. I'm very protective about my space. So I don't think I allow myself to love. I would throw myself into a home. I have more heartbreaking poems and more male bashing poems than I care to. I do, and it's bad because I don't hate men. You know, I really love my men. I just don't love them in a way that I want to be with them. It's scary.
This is so dope. I hate to make this like, just like, I don't know. I feel like anytime I do anything, God is always talking back to me. So with that being said, if I try to both Capricorn, y'all might have to help me something off camera. But what I will say, even though I like a good man, so like me, Capricorn, for fun. But what I will say is, I feel like you guys love very extremely strong. I think it's unfortunate when I do get this word back. And I feel like it's because of like, I want to use the right words because I'm saying it's the wrong word. A suppressed energy. I feel like you guys keep all that good emotion inside, and you guys are always showing up proper, very, you know, that girl. Which we love that, but it's kind of like, I can't love you when you're broken parts if you're not showing. You know what I'm saying? Like, which parts you get to. And I feel like that's kind of that's probably why you suffer. Sorry to say suffer, that's a bad thing. But you suffer in the silence and only your writing can speak to you because it's like, maybe you're not letting a man get that deep to you. And not to say that you never have, because I don't know in real life, I don't want to say like that.
I like I said, I'm married. Yeah. So, you know, being married for me started out tough because, you know, my husband showed up 2 hours late to the doggone wedding. But I know.
But TikTok is a story time.
But
and some Carrie Bradshaw shit. You still married her?
I did.
What were you thinking though that day? Like, what was going through
I didn't
you?
want to be
emotion?
embarrassed. You know, I was in love with. I was in more lust with the idea of being in love. You know, as an educator, I think I felt like you gotta have that man. I feel like all educators are supposed to be married. You're supposed to suppress these things that you're. I earned my doctorate degree, and I feel like I'm supposed to have a husband when I go to these events. Or when I'm performing poetry, I feel like I have to look sexy, but I don't want the next woman feeling like I want her man. But my poem is going to be sexy. I'm talking about it, you know. I don't want people to feel like.
You said men
You better make him feel like that. I said you better make him feel like that.
Well, I think I do. I think I give off a lot of sexiness when I am performing, but I also don't want the woman to feel like intimidated because at the end of the day, my poetry is to heal. My poetry is to hopefully have somebody to relate to what I'm saying. Whether it's I'm the other woman type poem or let me be that piece of meat between your, you know, it's just I want to feel sexy when I'm performing.
And as you should. Like you don't dim your light for somebody else. If they feel that way, that's a personal problem. That's an insecurity of theirs. So let your light shine and move on. Forget that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But you do though, because I've been at events and you've done poetry. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of milk. I hate
yeah.
that. I hate that for
Because you're
me.
deep now.
But the name
You're
is
deep.
Taboo Hazel. I mean, I am going to, and it's experience. You know, it's about the men that I've tried to love, or the men that I've been involved with, whether or not they were single, married, divorced, separated. Yeah, I've been it all. Yeah.
I would say dates are one thing because no matter what I do, no matter how dressed down I am, it's always somebody holding me in super tight like I want them and I don't want them. Now listen, I love myself so much to the point where if you don't like me, that's your problem. That ain't nothing to do with me, honey. You better. The only time it becomes my problem is when you come in my space and my energy.
Like it's pretty privilege all day. Don't you have a book on pretty privilege?
So yeah, I have to say, pretty privilege isn't pretty. It's never pretty. The only reason why I say it's not pretty is because you think that I get these things, but like I literally had to sue the government because I had sexual harassment by my boss. I was doing his job, and did they pay me a little bit of change? Yes, but it doesn't take the fact that he stalked me and he lives in my neighborhood, and I had to rebuild my whole entire life. People wonder why I stay at home.
How many guns you got at the house? How many guns you got at the house?
Oh, listen, baby. I'm just a pedestrian and I've never been. So I'm not scared, but my thing is the fact of the matter is I have children. And I have to make sure that they're safe. And if you ever think that you're going to come at me sideways, rest in peace.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. Okay. I would love to hear one of these poems. One of these poems. I don't know. If you got anything, we'd love to go ahead and get this off. And then we'll end it with one last question. And we thank you guys so much for staying tuned. And we hope to see you February 14th at Marco.
Okay. Can I put this down?
Of course. You can do whatever you want to do, girl.
She says trouble don't last always, and scars become marks that heal and fade away. So I puff past the mic with my message, getting high on the beauty of life through God's blessings. She stood in the center, afraid to step forward yet afraid to step back. She seems to lack the ability to achieve, believed that her destiny was preconceived on a plea from self-pity, but her rights were outweighed by her wrongs. And her songs of being sorry became ballads for rebirthing death. And she's ready to relinquish her last breath, but she can't because she's too afraid. Afraid to step forward yet afraid to step back, so she collects her thoughts. And she reflects on a time when men would wine and dine her. Single or married, she didn't mind. Her lips became loans for limits of love, and her search for brothers but dough became a street beast. So let's keep things on the down low where men would pay big bucks for her beauty from head to toe, but she become nothing more than a special sex of the swallowed seed. Her perception of satisfaction became a reaction to rejected intimacy. So she begins to seek her sanctuary in nightclubs and bars, where alcohol and drugs becomes an antiseptic for scars. And just as butterflies getting tapped into jars, she too became strapped into a suffocating society where no one seems to care about her personal priorities, and all she wants to do is breathe. And all she has to do is breathe, and all she needs to do is just breathe. But she can't, because she's too afraid. Man, what she wouldn't trade you back in them olden days again, but the thoughts of pain could be erased with mommy's kisses, and what she wishes for the most is a chance to forgive and find herself, but that past ghost of garbage keeps reminding her that she's nothing more than a fadeaway illusion, a collage of color-coded confusion. She's someone who wants to be saved, but too afraid to step forward because that paved highway to hell might be her yellow brick road to death, and that's not what she wants to be, so she gathers her last breath and she prepares to step forward towards a goal, and although she already knows that society has branded her with a rejection label, she's still able to hold her head high like it's become some kind of peace sign. Clear her mind because she knows now that she deserves to be on that front line like two warriors are supposed to be, and she steps. She knows that in order to achieve her belief that she must put God first in her life. Step. We can't expect others to believe in us if we never learn to believe in ourselves. True? True? Step. They said I never make it, but I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna break this cycle of life crisis because I know that in my heart that it's time to make a brand new start to defeat the demons who I've allowed myself to be. See, That mirror reflects the image that I speak of is me. And day by day, I clear my own pathway and I step forward towards a goal because finally I know that trouble don't last always and scars become marks that heal and fade away. So I pass the mic with my message, getting high on the beat of life through God's blessings.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing that. We really appreciate it. I think we put you right on the spot. You delivered every time. Very professional. Very professional. I would love to see you. I would put you on the spot like 2 different times. I would love to see you perform. Oh yeah, absolutely. Work that out, please. Trust me, all the sisters will be in there. We got singles coming. We got the Valentine's girls. We got.
I have a lot of male bashing stuff, I tell you. It's from
male
experience. It's not
bashing.
male bashing. It's not male bashing. You know, I just had a rough marriage, a rough relationship.
You deserve to pour out. You don't have to.
Yeah, the shoe fit.
If the shoe, yeah, they wearing it.
First off, anybody that gets upset about a message that you put out about you, let me say it to you. You need to do self-reflection and figure out your life. That ain't got nothing to do with your girl.
All right, Miss Spice, no, keep holding it. I remember you told me that you don't do, or I'm not sure, I don't want to mess up your words. You don't do Valentine's
Well, because
Day.
every day is the Valentine's Day. If you're going to date me, why not date me every day? We're not going to wait till a special occasion. And if you're not going to do it, I'm doing it for myself. I'm a full bread. So, I'm a little weak.
No, you look like you need to be spoiled. You look like you deserve to be spoiled and you correct that. That's what's up. Okay. We're gonna tire at this point, y'all. Y'all have anything y'all want to put before y'all want to give me the last question? Oh, yeah. Okay, so just to tie it up for tonight is our last question for the evening. How do you guys feel about this ongoing war between male and female online? What do you think the cause is? What do you think the solution is? Because me personally, I'm sick of it. I really love, and I've been doing this type of show for a long time now, and I feel like I'm getting caught up into the whole, oh, this that type of show where they're just gonna talk trash about it. It's like, I actually want people in love. I actually want people married. I want to see people in my interest doing it. I want to see God's presence in the household. So with that being said, I want to know, what do you think the problem is? What do you think the solution is with this hate between the sexes?
Lord.
I think the problem is that the lack of love. We gotta have some self-accountability because if you don't love yourself, you cannot love anybody else. Period, point blank. So like, you're talking about, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, she's not doing this, she's not doing that. Well, what are you doing? Can you talk about what you're doing? Because I can say that the reason why I'm not married is because there's some things that I wasn't willing to do, and I admit it. Like with me being a lesbian, I'm never gonna be able to love you unless I'm gonna practice to love you how you need to be loved versus you get to love how you want to be loved, not me because you think this is what you want. I'm not what you need, baby.
And I feel like sometimes when you are a beautiful woman or a beautiful person or just somebody's imagery, I feel like you do have to kind of help them break that wall. Because if you're not, you're kind of playing the game, thinking it
I'm a
is.
therapist. At the end of the day, you don't know how many men are a therapist because you're not like other girls, and you're not, for one, I would never let you bash your baby mama or your baby mama or your friend because at the end of the day, everybody has strength and you hurt people hurt people. And I can't say that when you're with that person, you were your best, whatever. So like me being with them, I might bring the best out. Or I might bring the worst. Everybody has their own story, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I mean nothing. I'm grateful for the person that I met and I have kids with. And will I do it over again? Yes. Because I would never be who I am. Does he frustrate me? Do I get mad? Do I talk crap about him? Yes. But only I can. Nobody else is gonna open their mouth about my child's father because that's not your reason. And if you ever break his heart, I'll break your leg.
Is that one bleeding? Is the light on? Push this side.
our love languages to each other. You know that? Like I said, I believe it's from a lack of communication, not knowing how to communicate our love language. I might, as a woman, I'm looking for someone who's a provider, who understands respect and integrity.
I wish you this was making
but here again, if I feel like I'm in a successful position, I've worked real hard, I have children too. Nothing wrong, but I can't just bring men in and out of my house. So it's a level of respect for me. If you want to come to my house, that's fine. We're going to do it in a respectful way. But I need to be able to come to yours. If I can't come to your house, you can't come to my house. That's just how I am. So I think once people understand how to communicate, I think we can get past. I think I can get past trying to be single. Like I don't want to. I don't need anybody to love us. I don't want to grow old. And I want to grow with someone. And that's been the hardest part because I think I intimidate a lot of men.
We'll save that intimidation comment for the show. That's a good one. What do you think is wrong with the climate? I'm going to take this one from you too. What do you think is wrong with the climate today when it comes to this whole world and real life? Because it's pouring over.
Yeah, I think social media is a dangerous playing field when it comes to dating. Only because before we even get to the communication factor, it's the whole prerequisite of even getting to know someone. So a man has to look a certain way. He has to have certain things. Or a woman gotta look a certain way. She gotta be built a certain way. You gotta be this, that before you can even get to a conversation about what your favorite color is, what's your love language, and love language is now. You don't even have to ask anybody what their love language is, because it's all on social media. They tell you on Fresh Street, listen, if you ain't doing this, then we can't do this. And That's like, that's where the war comes in. And then it's like, and men, it's like, it seems like, and it feels like women hate men via social media. Only, and I say that to say, because a man can't show any type of emotion, no type of weakness, can't express himself, or anything. And if we do that, we're sassy, we this, we that, and it's like, how do you expect a man to show up and be the man that, quote unquote, you want for you, if we don't even have the opportunity to step into the playing field? Because it's like we running away because it's what y'all putting out there. And how do you want, and when I say you, I mean the species of women. So the woman species. No, and I say that with all due respect because a lot of people, they fantasize and they look at everybody else's relationship and what everybody else is doing, and then they want to replicate it. They want to do that. Everybody ain't built like that. Like I saw, it's a millionaire online right now saying, if you don't pay 100% of the bills, if you don't take care of everything, you're not a man. And it's like everybody's not built like that. Everybody don't have your income, so you are a millionaire. So of course you can move like that. You can, but everybody is not built like that. You have to get there. Like the whole purpose, in my perspective, in a relationship is to have a helpmate. Once you get that helpmate, then you can maneuver from there. But if you walk into a taker relationship, then you doomed from the beginning. So I'm thinking, men and women, we need to sit down. And I know they do it on all these podcasts, but that's how messages are getting across now. The podcast.
But they are seeking in.
And it's coming. I know people out seek a relationship podcast, but it's either going to be a major podcast or a single person podcast. Because everybody has different things. Everybody has, you do this,
You're not a man. You do this, you're not a woman. You this type of woman, you this type of man. My thing is, find somebody who can care less about that. Like people want to date these Instagram women, and that's where you falling off at. People want to date these Instagram men. That's where you going wrong at.
I feel like they gotta go through the fantasy first to get to the ring. I feel like a lot of people gotta get their heart broken from the fantasy to get to the ring.
And I tell people all the time, like, people say, I'm scared to date. No, date. Relationship is trial and error. You're not going to know if you're going to go through it. You got to have this mind already. Right. You can't build a relationship before you get into it. You can't, because you're going to get your heart broken. So you got to vet. You got to know this person. Sit down and talk to this person. You ain't got to invite this person to your house. If they can't deal with going to a coffee shop or whatever, if that's what you like to do, and they don't like to do that, then that's not your person. You can't make somebody do that. You can't build somebody. So you gotta like people who like you. Date people who like you for you, not for what you have. So that's what a war is. People dating what they can't offer themselves. Everybody wants to be on top of the ladder, have the fantasy relationship, but you don't build. And I just posted, and I know I'm going on and on and on, but I just posted the other day, yesterday. I said, in order to be a husband or wife, there's a prerequisite to that. You have to be already doing these things for somebody to see what you're gonna be like. You can't wait to get married and say, I'm gonna start doing wifely duties. I'm gonna start being like a husband.
Yeah.
No, because if you're not showing me that in the beginning, then what am I to look for? What am I to look for? Some people, I'm not cooking for him. That's not my husband. Well, then, that ain't your boyfriend either. That ain't your man, because you don't want him. So that's where it all lies. We gotta be real. Like we're supposed to be grown, but people don't want to be grown folks anymore. You want to play around. So I don't know.
You can know we're gonna catch your
All
car.
right.
Yes, that is out. So I'll tie it up here. You can close so you can hear me.
Who's the other mic? Is both of them? They both died?
We'll figure it out here. I'll give my last opinion on it. I'll make it quick and walk outside the door. I personally think the problem is we lack trust with one another. There's no trust. A woman is meant to be a man's helpmate in the whole nine. You guys know the back and forth or like that. And we're supposed to build together. You're not supposed to have all these things before you get to me. You're supposed to build together. But if I can't trust you, shit gets shiesty in the middle, right? Then you fall apart, then you fall back together, then you find out that love gets even deeper. And I feel like the older I get, the more I understand even more. But it's almost like too, like you almost feel like a sense of regret, like why I couldn't know sooner, you know? Long story short, I can mistrust. But if you like this conversation, you'd like to continue further with so much more, make sure that you book your ticket and that you're gonna come by and see us at Barcode February 14th. See you soon.